Hey guys, I wanted to talk about some of the phenomena that can start occurring when we stop giving our attention and energy to thoughts. Uh, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is, and I was noticing this happening yesterday and last night, is things can get a lot more energetic. Um, and it can feel like almost too much energy sometimes. And I think that's, maybe I said this in a different video, but I think that's partially the reason we tend to gravitate towards thought forms a lot, is because it's a way to kind of escape from the present moment, right? Because when you're just utterly present and you're devoting all of your life energy to just focusing on awareness itself, it's like you really have to face everything that's happening within you. And because you're not contracting on thought forms all day, there's actually a lot more spaciousness in your being. So latent energies and repressed energies have this more of the space to come up. And so it's two things. It's like there's so much more energy available because it's not being kind of drained focusing on thoughts, and also because there's more space, that you've cultivated more spaciousness in your being, now repressed energies are coming up. So things get a lot more energetic. You might just suddenly feel like a crazy deep desire for someone or something come up out of nowhere. And these energies can come up and they can almost make you want to go back to the mind. But the key is just to obviously stay with the energy. Don't go into the thought forms about it. So that's the first thing. It's like a lot of things can just get very energetic. You'll feel a lot of energy releasing, a lot of energy moving. You're gonna feel more immersed in life and like the energies of life. You know, things are gonna be just more alive because you're just present. You're here. And then the second thing, it's kind of a paradox and almost the opposite, which is interesting. And this has been happening more. It did happen some last night, and it's been happening more this morning in meditation, where because you're not focusing on thought forms, it's like the ego starts to feel threatened. It's like you're going out of your comfort zone, right? It's like you're being in presence longer than you ever have been. You're not relying on thought forms to help you escape the present moment. So you're gonna feel, in a sense, I don't want to say under attack, but like this identity in you that was bound up in thoughts is gonna start to resist like hell. It's gonna start to throw haymakers. You hear spiritual teachers talk about this too. When we really start deepening in presence, the mind is gonna really start throwing its best shots at you. And what this has felt like for me is just like so much clenching. I felt so like, almost like in this morning's meditation, like barely being able to breathe at times. And it's like that egoic structure is just gonna fight till the very end for survival, in a sense. And when you're not giving it presence, when you're putting your presence on awareness itself, on your spacious nature, however you want to feel into it, you could even say your heart center. When you're not giving your presence to thought forms, it's like that identity that was running the show is gonna feel threatened, and it's gonna do everything it can to try to get your attention. So it's gonna you're gonna feel like this suffocation, like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. It's gonna bring up thought forms that are gonna be really compelling to give into, to give energy to put your focus on. Really, it's going to do whatever it takes to survive, because any egoic identity at its core is just a survival machine. It's just like that's all it's really built to do. So, and in that sense, things can feel almost deadened at times. Like energy can just stop flowing, because this part is going to go into major contraction when it senses its demise or that it's going to dissolve soon. So yeah, just stay the course through that stuff. It's like, it gets to this point in your really, it gets really authentic to you, where there's really nothing else worth doing. There's nothing else worth devoting every drop of your life force energy except towards that which is true. And it's like, that kind of grabs a hold of you. That inner commitment grabs you, and it can feel like you chose it, but it's choosing you in a sense too. And it's just like, you've done everything else, or you've seen through it's like everything else isn't going to do it for you. Thought forms isn't going to do it for you. Fulfilling your desires isn't going to do it for you. And you just get this deep sense like, wow, this is the only thing, this awareness, deepening into awareness itself, deepening into presence itself, is literally the only thing that will do it. And you really start to kind of feel that and know that in every part of your being. And so the things that arise, the phenomena that arise while you're kind of going for it, while you're putting your attention where you know where true fulfillment is, it's like that those phenomena tend to not be able to disrupt you. You just kind of like notice it, and you just keep going forward. You keep your attention on what's real, on what's true, and that's it. It's like the obstacles arise on your path towards freedom, on your path towards true and lasting happiness. And yeah, that's what we do. We just keep our focus and our awareness and our energy pointed towards presence itself. We continue to rest there. We continue to abide there. And then we just let life unfold naturally from that place, however it wants to. And you really get the sense when you deepen into presence itself, you really get the felt sense like, oh yeah, I have nothing to do with what's happening. Like literally nothing. And it's this beautiful feeling. I had it last night, like you're just floating. I mean, you're solid, you're a human, but you're just floating in this river of life. And your life stream is taking care of everything. And it's always been taking care of everything, even when you thought you were the one that was somehow making things happen and making choices and doing this and doing that. It's like, no, actually the life stream was doing it the whole time, and it's going to continue to do it. And you get to just rest in it in eternity, in this place of deep peace that is beyond time, that is beyond space. It's like you get to rest there as life unfolds, how it was always going to, and how it's destined to. And it's a really free space where actually nothing is happening at all, and no one is here. But from that, there seems to be this phenomena where something is happening, and there is a human, and actually in the phenomena itself, like the fabric of that is what you are. So it's actually both things, and words fail here, and I'm just deep touching into it in a real way myself. So, you know, it can get difficult to talk about because it's not totally lived for a significant amount of enough time to really talk about it with words in a way that can communicate it clearly. But it's like touching into this something that's eternal, where nothing's happening, everything is unchanging, our true nature. But from that, this phenomena that's dynamic can emerge, but it is just a phenomena. But that phenomena is comprised of the unchanging nature from which it births from, you know, is comprised of. Yeah. This place where actually nothing's happening. It's like that place can actually birth this phenomena. Things start getting very beautiful and profound and new and fresh and spontaneous. It's like this is the true unknown. deep diving into awareness itself. This is the true exploration. This is what's really worth devoting your life to. It's like the thing that's actually worth it, that will actually give you back 10x what you put into it. Everything else, I tried everything else and nothing else works. Nothing else works. But you know, nothing else, there's nothing in anything else. It's all vapor, it's all temporal, it's all, you know, it's just empty. But actually awareness itself, this is the path. This is the path that, this is like the true exploration here on earth. And once you're hooked into it, and once it's got you, and once you don't want to go anywhere else finally, because you've burnt you've exhausted all other options, you've gone all in on all other options. Once you've done that, and you're just headlong into awareness itself, this realization starts coming like, oh fuck, yes, now I'm on the way home now. Now I'm on the right path. Even if the egoic structure that you once were identified with being is doing this, and you're having all this phenomena and crazy energy, it's just like something in you knows, oh, I'm on the right path. I'm going the right way now. So that's the video. Much love.